That little girl sitting alone at the playground, she can't play like the other kids. She doesn't have the energy because she's hungry. School lunch will be her only meal today. It breaks my heart that this is the reality in our country, but it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. This food is then provided to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about using your imagination, learning, and having fun. These children shouldn't have to miss out on simply being a kid because they're hungry. To find out how you can help end childhood hunger in your community, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Welcome back. You're listening to The Secrets of Success. I'm your host, Bill Horan, and today we're speaking with Alan Yong, and his book is The 4 Pillars of Business Success. Now, Alan, you gave us the build-up before and what we need and how competitive the market is. So now we want to know, what are these 4 pillars of business success? And let's talk about them one by one. So we'll start out with the first one. You take it from there.
Okay. The 4 pillars of business success are you, the leader, the CEO, the founder of the company. The next one would be your employee, and then it's about your product, your service, and the last one is your customer. Let's start with you. You are the founder, you are the CEO, you are the builder of your business success. So everything must start with you. And it is up to you to be able to come up with the business success story. How do you envision that you are going to build a successful business? What is your vision? If you are truly successful, what is your ultimate destination? You want to be a $5 million company, or you want to grow to be a $100 million company, or you want to be the next Google of the world. It is important that you know what is it that you want and realize that everything starts with you. You are the creator of your business story, success or failure. So you must be able to come up with a very clear vision and have it so well articulated that other people can understand and buy in. The next thing is...
Alan, before we jump to the next one, I just want to mention or ask you, I think you mentioned in your book too, and you talked about it briefly before, this vision must align with the person's values. It must be something they're passionate about. Am I correct?
Yes, Bill, that is absolutely correct.
See, I read your book.
Yes, you did. I'm impressed. Okay. Yes, that vision would need to be aligned with what is it that you're passionate about. Because if you're passionate about it, it's something that you are really excited about. You will keep thinking about it and figure out what is it that would be the best way of helping you to realize that vision. If you are not passionate about, guess what? I'm tired. I'll take care of it tomorrow. That is a recipe for failure. So it's important that it's something you're passionate about and it is in line with your strength. That is something you're good at, that you can be very knowledgeable if you commit the time to learn about it.
And I think a lot of us today, sometimes we get excited because we hear about computers or internet apps, etc. But if that's not our strength, if that's not what we know, we might want to invest in that company. But it's certainly not the right direction for us to be going personally, because we're just not aligned with that, and our values and vision don't go that way. Now, what about the idea? The next one, I think you said, the second pillar is to have an idea that needs servicing. Is that it?
Yes. The next thing is be very objective about the idea. That your great idea could be a product. It could be a service. Okay. It is important for you to go through certain evaluation process. I don't care how exciting that idea is. If that idea is not going to make you money, you are a dreamer. You will fail. So it is necessary for you to say, if I were able to perfect that idea, get people to help me perfect that product or be able to come up with that service, you need to go through two basic steps. Number one, if I were successful, could I make a good profit out of that product or service? And if I can, does that business, that product or service, has significant growth potential? There are a lot of entrepreneurs who forgot those criteria. And if they're not careful, what happened is they started the business and got real excited about and figure out that it's very difficult to make any profit, to make a decent profit. And even if they can, there is no room for growth.
Now,
the
Alan,
maximum that you can do maybe $1 million, and you're hoping to build $100 million company, you're kidding yourself.
And again, you make another great point. If we're looking to set up a business, and certainly if it's going to be in the millions of dollars and that kind of scale, the 2 points you just brought out, it must be able to make a good profit and have that also to have a potential for long-term growth, because if it's too short, it's going to be here today and gone tomorrow. And what I'd like to mention to our audience, again, if someone is just tuning in or did not get it already, our guest today is Alan Yong, spelled Y-O-N-G. His book is The 4 Pillars of Business Success, and the word 4 is spelled out, F-O-U-R. And Alan, again, would you tell us where we can get the book and the website?
The book is available from Amazon, and you want to get it using our website. It's 4pillarsofbusinesssuccess.com, 4 is spelled as F-O-U-R.
And again, we'll try to give that information to our audience by the end of the show one more time if you weren't able to get it down already. But we talked about two of the pillars of success, that it's the entrepreneur himself, namely you or us, and also the idea he has. Now, what's number 3 and 4?
Number 3 would be your employees. You will always need other people to help you expand your business, grow your business. If you need to grow your business, if your ambition is to build a multi-million dollars, multi-$100 billion, okay, whatever, you would need other employees to help you achieve that vision.
Do entrepreneurs think of themselves as too important in this formula? And they are obviously a key. They've gotten the financing, they're establishing the company, setting up the building, hiring the workers. But do they forget how important the employees are to their ultimate success?
Bill, unfortunately, I think most employer or the entrepreneur often forgot that, I am the boss. All I need to do is go and hire someone who would work for me. Try to hire what they call the best employee they can find. And would even come up with the excuse that part of the problem that our business is not doing so well is because of bad employees. But what they forgot is, at the time when they're recruiting either the first employee or the next 100 employees, what they are always looking for should be to look for the employee that has the best fit for the company, for the job. But that is not all. Once you hire the best employee you can find, you have to make sure that employee is being trained, is being inspired, is being mentored from day one, how your business is being done. What kind of culture, what kind of mindset, what kind of philosophy? Ideally, it starts with you, the founder of the company. The next thing is you want to find someone to the extent that you can inspire, share your vision, to be a replicate, to be a clone of you for that matter.
And I guess we want them to have the same passion we do, because if we're all passionate about making great coffee or toothpaste or a new car, we're more likely to have success.
Absolutely. If you find the people who share your mindset, they don't have to be as good as you, because you are the best. You train them, you inspire them. But it's about working together. None of us can do everything. So if I'm not good, if I don't like the fine details of accounting, bookkeeping, I would find someone who buy into my vision, who get excited about my vision. But he's very good with numbers. He will end up to be the accountant of our company and so on.
Now, Alan, before we wrap up, the fourth pillar is the customer. Tell us what we're looking for in that customer.
The main reason that anyone is in business is because of the customer. If you don't have customer, if the customer are not important to you, why do you want to start a business? So always bear in mind that it is because of the potential customer that you are hopeful will buy into your service or product. Then you started that company. And because of that, and then also in recognition that most of the time you are competing with many other people. What does that mean? It means you are going to steal their customer and keep them if you're that good. That is how you can be equal to or better than your competition. But you must bear in mind, every customer experience is very important. Make sure that you and all your employees are committed to that philosophy of making every customer experience a great experience.
And I guess we could remember it's tough to get a customer, but it's easy to lose that customer.
Absolutely. It is very expensive to gain another customer. Customer acquisition is extremely expensive.
Alan, I'm sorry, our time is running out, but before we wrap up, I'd like to remind our audience, you've been listening to our guest, Alan Yong, Y-O-N-G. His book is The 4 Pillars of Business Success, and the word 4 is spelled out, F-O-U-R. Alan, would you tell us your website and where we can get the book again real quick before we wrap up?
The book is available on Amazon. It is also available from our website, 4pillarsofbusinesssuccess.com, F-O-U-R, pillarsofbusinesssuccess.com.
Easy enough to remember. Get yourself a copy of this book. As Alan said earlier in the show, put the odds in your favor. Be like your favorite baseball team, football team, etc. Get everything going in your favor, and you make success that much more likely. Alan, thanks so much for being with us. We enjoyed your talk on the 4 pillars of business success. We'd like to remind our audience that you've been listening to The Secrets of Success on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm your host, Bill Horan, asking you to please join us again next week at the same time when we will continue our journey to success.